Hello, North Andover, and Happy New Year. I'm Morgan Healy, welcoming you to our first episode of the Journal for 2015. Ron Carpenito is off on business this month, but he will surely be back to join us in February. So, of course, we had a beautiful holiday season here in North Andover, complete with tree lightings and holiday runs and some really great weather to top off December and welcome us into January. Everyone right now is figuring out their holiday plans for New Year's Eve, which is coming right up, and of course, how they're going to spend their new resolutions in 2015. In our top story today, the North Andover Historical Society has opened a new exhibition that is free to the public. Boomtown features relics and memorabilia from 1950 to 1969, the years that mark the town's most noticeable transitions from a rural farming community into a modern suburb. The Society is also seeking additional items to display. Here's Director Carol Mahad with more.
Welcome to the North Andover Historical Society, and our newest exhibit is actually called Boomtown, North Andover 1950 to 1969. And we chose the title Boomtown because that's actually the time period, believe it or not, when North Andover's whole nature was beginning to change. So we're going from being a pretty much industrial / farming community to a community that actually was focused more and more on being what it is today, a nice suburban community where people live but may not necessarily work. And that's what we wanted to convey. When we started out to do this exhibit, we found out very quickly that had we just limited it to the 1950s, we would have had no problem filling all our cases. And when it came to the 1960s, we had a lot fewer objects or documents or photographs. So one of the things we're asking the people in the town is that we'd like you to come in and see it. And the museum is open Tuesday through Friday between 10 and 3. And our policy is that the whole first floor is free, which would include this exhibit. So no excuse not to come down and take a look at it. But also, while you're here, that we hope that you will think about what you might have in your collection if you grew up in North Andover or were here in that time period working. Because as I said, we found we had lots of big holes. We have very little on the high school, which is now the middle school. So if you went to North Andover High between 1955 and 1971, then we would love to see any kind of materials you might have saved. We have quite a bit from Johnson High because that's just old enough, people saved it. So in this case, we have a gym uniform, we have a letter, but we don't have any from North Andover High, particularly in that time period. We have a lot of yearbooks, but not all of them. And we have a couple of programs from graduation, but not a tremendous amount. Another thing we found out that we have almost nothing about is the Atkinson School, when it was built in the 60s, was a middle school. And we have nothing. We have nothing in our collection that would suggest that if we don't even look at the town records. We also are interested in things from Western Electric, because that, of course, was built here in the late 1950s. We have pictures. We have a great little promotional video, which you can come down and enjoy. And we have a telephone, which actually came out of our caretaker's apartment. But we have nothing else. We would love to get a worker's badge, or we know they had a softball team, if there was something from that. That kind of material that will sort of tell the story of North Andover during this really interesting time period. We also do record slightly the construction of 495, which destroyed entire neighborhoods right on the Lawrence border. And so if you have anything, if your house was one of the ones that went down, we're always collecting. We have some pictures, but we are always collecting pictures from that time period. We would love a picture of somebody riding their bicycle on 495. We've heard the tale that the Sunday before it opened to the public, everybody got on there and rode their bicycle and walked. We'd love a picture of that if you have it. That's something we'd really love to see. In many cases, for photographs, if you're not quite ready to give it up, we're happy to take it and scan it and give you back your original. So I hope that people will come down.
If you'd like to check out Boomtown, or better yet, if you have a piece of North Andover history that you'd like to share, you can visit www.northandoverhistoricalsociety.org for more information. For the first time in many years, the North Andover Festival Committee held a tree lighting celebration on the Common. Local kids got to meet Santa Claus himself, who had showed up to help the Board of Selectmen, Chairman Richard Valancourt, host the festivities. There was plenty of food, hot chocolate, and sugar cookies from the North Andover Lions Club and Rotary Club, while the tree lights themselves were provided by the Women's Club of North Andover and the Department of Public Works. Free songbooks and flashlights were also on hand, courtesy of O'Reilly Auto Parts. Thanks to everyone who helped make the event a success, and we are definitely look forward to it next year. Now, just in time to inspire your New Year's resolution, Lisa Ritchie is back with our health and fitness segment. For this edition, she caught up with Brian Dorsey, founder of the annual Christmas Light Fun Run, which just enjoyed its second successful year.
Hi everyone, we are here on a Tuesday misty evening in December. We're getting ready to do the second annual North Andover Christmas Light Run. As you can see, there's a group of people gathering behind us. Everyone's in their festive attire, and I am here with Brian Dorsey, who is a good friend of mine and the mastermind behind this light run. Brian, thanks for being here. Can you tell us a little bit about what people can expect from tonight?
Sure, absolutely. We're going to run 4 miles of streets around North Andover. A lot of people will have flashing lights, as you can probably see in the backdrop. And we're going to run past a lot of festively decorated houses, so there's a lot to see.
Runners and walkers, or just runners tonight?
Both, runners and walkers. Last year it was only runners. It was smaller and a much shorter time frame. This time I had a lot more time to plan it. So I've got runners and walkers, and we have a 4-mile loop for the runners and a 2-mile loop for the walkers.
Excellent. And I know it's a smaller group than this last year. How many people are here tonight, or how many people do you expect?
It's a great question. Last year we had 32 and a dog. This year we're supposed to have 102 people. I don't know how many dogs, but 102 is what have said that they're coming through Facebook. So.
Very nice. People definitely seem eager to run, and it's going to be a fun night. It's always great when you can make something fun with charity or a giving program. I know that you're collecting some items. Tell me about a little bit for the charities that we're supporting.
One charity that is near and dear to my heart is Outrun 38, which is a charity founded by 2 women in Connecticut, Liz Schumann and Nicole Burke, and it is a charity to find a cure for cystic fibrosis and to also promote understanding and awareness of cystic fibrosis, and also to promote healthy lifestyle by running and working out. That's one. Another is food items. If people bring them tonight, I'm going to make sure that they go to the local food pantry, which is across the common at the church. And also there's coats and gloves and stuff like that. Anybody that brings those. A friend of mine, Heidi Waters, has organized a coat drive for the Leahy School in Lawrence, just the next town up. So.
Thank you for tying that into tonight. I think that's an important aspect, especially with the holidays, so thank you very much. So we're going to run a 4-mile loop, walk a 2-mile loop, and meet at Jamie's afterwards for the post-celebration?
Absolutely. Jamie's on, I think it's High Street, I think it is, here in North Andover. Is a great place to go and a great place to celebrate and spend time together, so that's what we're going to do.
Okay, so people are going to see this or see us and want to get involved next year. How do they stay apprised of what's coming up or the details for next year? How do they get involved?
Well, there's Facebook. North Andover Christmas Light Run is the official Facebook page, and Brian Dorsey is my name, and I am the person that operates that page. So you can, if you find me and friend me, or you look for that page, you'll find us out there. So.
Very fun. I can't wait. These people can't wait. It's going to be a great time. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lisa. That definitely looks like it was a great time. Now to our Govcam update. First, we have Town Manager Andrew Mailer with some brief notes on resident surveys being conducted, plus more progress in the capital improvements plan and the private development work being done at the Old Mills and to Brad Street School.
Hello everybody, this is Town Manager Andrew Mailer with this month's episode of The Journal. I wanted to fill you in on a couple of things happening around town. The town is trying to increase its level of engagement with residents. We recently issued a survey regarding bus transportation into Boston, and it was so well received, we're moving forward with another community survey which will be rolled out in the next several weeks to try to get feedback about ways that we can improve or make sure that you're aware of how best to contact us or communicate with us. I also am aware that the town moderator has recently issued a survey, and you can go on the town's website to access that survey to provide feedback to the town moderator. Significant things happening in terms of local government here. We've started the budgeting and capital improvement process. It'll take us 5 or 6 months to prepare for town meeting, but certainly anytime you want information about what we're discussing in terms of budget issues or capital issues, those things can be found with different documents that are available online. Another exciting event or item coming up on the town's calendar is by the end of the month, the developer who was successful in winning the RFP for the Bradstreet School will be taking formal ownership of the Bradstreet School building. They've been going through the land development and planning process, and our hope is that they will begin construction in the spring on the proposed development on the Bradstreet site, which we think is an exciting opportunity to link that to what's happening at the mills and to bring additional business here to the Main Street corridor. And that'll be linked ultimately with the redevelopment of the fire station here on Main Street to be an expanded town hall. So those are all exciting things happening in the community. I wish you the best during the holiday season and look forward to talking to you during the next episode.
And we've had a mild winter so far, but of course, in New England, that could change in an instant. Here's Safety Officer Mark Wilson of the North Andover Police Department with some tips to keep you and your car on the road and out of the snowbanks this winter.
Hi, it's Mark Wilson, North Andover Police Department. Just a few tips for the winter driving, winter safety. With winter upon us, one thing is vehicle maintenance. Take a look at the coolant level of your cars, the tire tread, your battery, see if it needs to be replaced. You're gonna need cranking amps in your battery. Always good to travel with a full tank of gas in case you get stranded. Some things you may want to have in your trunk of your car: shovel, hats, gloves, extra pair of boots in case you get stranded, jumper cables in case you do need to get a jump. When you start your vehicle in the morning or wherever, don't start it in a closed area. Open the garage door so the fumes can go out. You don't want the carbon monoxide building up inside your vehicle. Before you even start, clear all the ice and snow from the lights, the mirrors, the windows, especially on your roofs. All right, when you stop at a stoplight or a stop sign, that ice and snow is going to slide forward and cause a hazard. Or if you're driving, it's going to fly off and hit the car behind you, potentially causing an accident. You travel with your lights on for added visibility. You always want to slow down with the bad weather and leave extra space in the vehicle in front of you. Right? You don't know if you're going to slide or whatever. Accelerate and decelerate slowly. You don't want to step on the gas too hard. Same with the brake. It's going to spin your tires and cause you to spin out. If you're going on a long distance drive, it's a good idea to alert people to where you're going, when you're leaving, the route you're going to take, and the estimated time that you're going to arrive. Always wear your seatbelts, especially in the wintertime, added risk of car accidents. Lastly, if you don't have to go out on the roads in inclement weather, don't. Stay home, let the plows and sanders and such do their job. Thank you.
Thanks again to Mr. Mailer and Officer Wilson for those updates. And now it's time for your local headlines straight from the North Andover Citizen. First up is this year's return of the North Pole Express, which was a great success for the St. Michael's School PTO. In mid-December, 4 sold-out runs on a festively decorated MBTA commuter rail took place and transported a total of 2,400 excited kids and their parents from Newburyport all the way to Santa's workshop. Each trip included Christmas caroling, holiday trivia, stories, cookies, and of course, hot cocoa. Ride coordinator Michelle Simpson wished to thank the over 150 volunteers and organizations who helped make the event happen. In total, approximately $30,000 were raised, all of which will go toward enhancing technology at the St. Michael's School. After a 3-year hiatus, Simpson said that due to popular demand, the Express will definitely be back again next year. And now the North Andover Fire Department's 5th annual toy drive was also a great success here in town. Over 750 toys for the needy children of North Andover and the Merrimack Valley were collected. Firefighter Matt Davis, the drive's director, said that donations equaled those of last year and helped to support a total of 60 families on Christmas Day. While the majority of toys went to the North Andover families, other groups to benefit included North Andover Veterans Services and Community Giving Tree of Boxford, among many others. Davis wished to thank all of the individuals who donated, as well as the North Andover Merchants Association, the Lions Club, and Legends Gymnastic for all of their support. With the new Central Fire Station under construction, Davis said he's looking forward to having additional space for even more toys to come in next year. The North Andover School Committee has found a new leader for the district. Jennifer Price was unanimously voted at a public meeting on December 15th. The final decision came after a long-month search process that was spearheaded by committee member Stan Limpert. His subcommittee reviewed over 30 applicants before submitting 3 finalists for the job. Price has spent the past 9 years as principal of Newton North High School and has earned her doctorate in education from Harvard. Her contract is still being negotiated, but should be finalized at the school committee's January 8th meeting. Assuming successful negotiations, on July 1st, Price will be replacing Kevin Hutchinson, who has served as superintendent for 3 years and will be retiring at the end of the spring trimester. That's all for the Citizen Headlines this month. Once again, we'd like to thank reporter Tim McCarthy for sending those over to us. And from all of us here at North Andover CAM, we would like to acknowledge North Andover High School alum and football legend Andrew Foote, keeping him in our prayers this season and hoping for a strong recovery in 2015. We wish Andrew all the best in the new year. As always, positive thoughts and prayers are very much appreciated. Turning now to this month's event calendar, Friends of North Andover Trails is holding a Boston Hill Sunrise hike on Saturday, January 3rd. Hikers will be meeting at the trailhead parking area at the end of the Brightview Assisted Living Center parking lot, bright and early at 6:30 a.m. Make sure to dress warmly. The hike will only be canceled if precipitation greater than light snow is in the forecast. And you can visit the Friends Facebook page for more information. On Wednesday, January 7th at 10:30 a.m., Children's Museum Imagine That will be holding a futuristic creatures art studio for children ages 3 to 6 at the Stevens Memorial Library. This event is free and all materials will be provided. However, registration is required. You can contact the Children's Room at Stevens Memorial Library to learn more about this event. January is National Blood Donor Month, and there will be an opportunity to give right here in North Andover. The American Red Cross will be at Osgood Landing on Wednesday, January 14th from 10 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Everyone is encouraged to donate, but the negative blood types O, A, and B are especially needed. You can learn more at www.redcrossblood.org. And finally, the nonprofit Acting Out Theater Company will be putting on a production of Arthur Miller's classic Red Scare allegory, The Crucible, on January 30th and 31st at the Space in Lawrence. Tickets are available on the Acting Out website or by phone. All proceeds will go towards supporting even more theatrical programs for the local community theater, including a production of Annie Get Your Gun in February. Well, everyone, that will wrap things up for this month here on the North Andover Journal. I'm so glad you took the time to join us. As always, if you have any news, stories, or ideas for a segment, or if you have any upcoming community events in February to share, please send us an email at thejournal@northandovercam.org. Thanks so much for watching North Andover, and of course, we hope you have a wonderful start to 2015. I'm Morgan Healy, and we'll see you next year.